welcome to our Wednesday evening webinar. Jesse McPherson.
Hello.
Josh Denny. Secret Elite Basic Agent Training is coming to you with an incredible topic this week about how you can communicate with every individual that you meet.
Yep.
Jesse, this is going to be fun because we're going to be able to go into some great information about how no matter who you sit down with, you can speak their language and you can ask some important questions and discover some vital information to help navigate them to really accomplish the goals that are important in their secret career, or the decision rather in becoming a part of the secret family. First, we've got some incredible information we want to share with you, Jesse.
Absolutely. First off, if this is your very first Basic Agent Training webinar, we want to welcome you and congratulate you on making an incredible decision to get started here in secret and in free enterprise. And, deciding to maybe go outside of the box if it's not in your normal realm to become an entrepreneur. I think it's one of the most important things that we can do is learn how to lead ourselves. And so I'm so excited that you're here today because the information we're going to cover really revolutionized my business, because instead of speaking in the terms of what it is that I thought they wanted to hear, speaking in terms of what people really needed to hear in order for them to make a decision to get started and participate here with Secret. But before we get into that, a couple things here real quick. We want to make sure right now it's crazy. Black Friday BV volume is rolling right now. We've got our big Black Friday that's coming up here, November 25th, which we have a special we're going to talk about tomorrow. But let's get into
number one.
Yeah, this is week number one. We've got 4 weeks of rolling 4-week volume to help you rank advance. Make sure we get you your executive watch, and then you help enough people get one of those, and then you get one of these, the 6-figure secret ring, and then you help enough people get one of those, and then you get the 7-figure ring. So let's get you there. But one of the things that's helping us get there faster and rank advance is the extra add-on, the basically happy holidays from Secret, more BV, CV, more jingle for your buck. And so we've got our small, medium, and large package, 5 and 5, comes with 250 BV instead of the normal 130. We have our WOW set, 500 BV instead of the normal 300, and then 1,000 BV on the professional set is now 1,500 BV. So let's make sure between now and November 22nd to help as many agents get started and equipped with the products that they need to make sure that they have the best holiday ever and going out there doing demonstrations and doing parties. Now remember, the holiday sets, we posted a video about it yesterday, going through the holiday sets, and so if you haven't picked up your holiday set, you're going to miss a ton of money because in your demonstrations you want to be showing those off. Now, calendar of events, where we got going into. We've got the ACT, Agent Core Training, coming up here, and I know we're going to be in Jersey together. So,
yes.
Yep. So, New York, New Jersey, 18th, 19th.
East Coast, looking forward to seeing you.
And agentcoretraining.com, led by Muzaffar, and we're going to be there as well. Then you've got Calgary on 9th and 11th through the 11th of December, and then back here in Phoenix on the 16th through the 18th. So basically, we've got the East Coast, we've got the West Coast, and we've got Canada locked and loaded before the end of the year. Let's create momentum into 2017 and the launch of the nutritional products that we've got coming up here, which I'm very excited about. But right now, tomorrow, we have our company-wide once-a-month Facebook Live. Normally, this is going to be on Wednesdays. However, this month, it's going to be on Thursday. And what's happening right here is you take a look. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Facebook.com/Secret Direct. Secret Direct's official Facebook page. They're going to be going live tomorrow from our corporate headquarters with Betty Perez, as well as some other special guests, sharing with you about how to prepare for Black Friday, some new packages, new products, new announcements, contests, things that are going to be happening, so you can learn how to leverage this incredible day that Secret has learned over the last 5 years on how to use. So, anything on that?
Just be there.
Yeah. So, and obviously we're building into our Secret family reunion. And I know you got the block yesterday. Where are we at right now?
Okay, we have 6 rooms left. So
Jeez.
We started with the block of 200 there. We're down to 6.
6 rooms.
6 rooms. Now, the good news is when we close that out, we can ask them for another block.
Right.
But we don't know. We don't know if that's going to be possible. We were communicating with them yesterday, Jesse, so I'm not exactly certain where we're at with that.
Okay.
But if you don't have it, I suspect it's going to be done by the time this webinar is probably within 5 minutes, I'd imagine.
So make sure you get it. Click on the offer, book your room, get your room at the Grand Resort and Spa here in Arizona, the 16th through the 19th. Remember, general session on basicagenttraining.com. If you click on reserve my ticket, it has the entire layout of the agenda of the weekend, from the golf tournament, the water park that's going to be there for those of you guys that know. We're going to show you a video at the end of this, so that way you can get a chance to see a little bit about the resort itself, because it's spectacular.
And I will say this, just in case, for whatever reason, you call in number 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, ask them to put your name on the list.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're going to send us over an approval list. Because I don't know exactly what that rate's going to be, but we're going to make sure that you get taken care of at the rate that the hotels ask for. So.
Absolutely. And this Sunday we had an incredible phone zone. We went live. Yeah, so we went live. You want to see it again? Ready? There you go.
I love it. I know, it doesn't take much.
So, not much, no. So we went live right here from the Denny's estate and had an incredible time. One of the things we want to do is this. There's nothing more impactful you can do on a weekly basis than schedule 1 hour to set appointments, to set your 4 to 5 a week, 16 to 20 a month for 24 consecutive months to go out there and earn your 6-figure income here with Secret. And we had an incredible time here. People come up there watching the board. Remember, the purpose of the phone zone, no one gets left behind. Ohana means family. So 105 appointments in 60 minutes. We had tons of people all over that were logged on Facebook Live that were doing their own mini phone zones, maybe with just a couple people or just with themselves,
right.
But they felt like they were a part of what we were doing. And so one of the things we're going to recommend is that everybody here participates or hosts a phone zone once a week. Our recommendation would be do it on Sunday. And the reason why? Sunday's
a time when everybody's home.
Yep.
You know, it's only an hour out of your Sunday. And I know as a family man, you know, I've got 3 girls, and it's hectic at the house, and it's like kind of the one family day. But the reality is that it's the best part. It's a little bit of a sacrifice, you know, a little bit of pain for long-term gain. Because you're spending an hour, maybe 2 if you're doing preparation, you know, a half an hour before and a half an hour after. But it's really getting everything ready and spending 1 hour to have really the life that you've always wanted. We you know, Jesse, you think about it, you know, what is fun, right? They say Sunday fun day. Isn't fun having time with family?
Yeah.
Isn't fun being able to travel wherever you want to travel?
Absolutely.
Isn't fun being able to do what you want when you want? Isn't fun not going to a job?
Yes.
And not being in rush hour traffic?
Especially on Monday morning.
So sacrifice a little bit of the Sunday and think of it as the fun. This is your fun day. How do you get Sunday fun day to be every day? How do you have every day be like Christmas? Every day be like your birthday? Every day be like whatever holiday that you celebrate? You know, you think about a holiday. What's special about a holiday, Jesse?
You get together with family. You create memories. You get a chance to be thankful for the things that you have. There's gifts sometimes.
Right. So that's what we want your life to be like. Now, obviously, work is always fun, in my opinion. Labor is good, but it's labor on your terms. So this is a time you can carve out part of that Sunday to do that for you and for your future and for your family. Get your family involved with it. You know, to have the kids go into a special room, talk about what you're going to be doing. And as you set your goals, one of the things that we do is we talk about where we're going to be going as a family. So they know this time is the time that's going to be building for that vacation, building for that experience, whether you're going to Disney World or you're going to be taking your children somewhere exotic in the world, or you're just getting together with family. You have to work as a family. And so you do that and you put that together and people get excited about it. And here's the reality. Everybody is home on Sunday. Most of the time, Jesse, they're not excited about Monday.
No.
So this is the time when
They've
they're
got a
open.
case of the Mondays.
Case of the Mondays.
Office Space.
That's funny. I like that. That's a good show. You're going to watch it. Yeah. Anyway. So this is the time to do it. So Sunday is our recommendation, but do it at least one day.
Yep. And for some of you, Sunday is just an off day. It's a family day for you. And if that's a day that you have scheduled as you're not doing Secret or not doing work or not doing business, that's great. Monday night then. So choose Monday night. Just make sure that you get it in there. So we're not saying it has to be Sunday. We just know that an hour on Sunday of making phone calls for your future and for your family and for your reasons, you'll be more effective in an hour on Sunday than typically about 5, 6, maybe 10 hours during the week or on the weeknights.
And that's just statistical facts.
Yeah.
That's why we're going with the Sunday, but do it. And we talked about this the other day, Jesse, that there's only 2 skills or 2 activities rather that drive income in this business.
Yep.
It's doing this, scheduling appointments to show Secret, or showing Secret, or AKA presentations, which we talked about a few weeks ago.
Perfect. So, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's get into it. So, what we want to talk to you guys about here today is learning how to speak someone's language. And, you know, as I've been so fortunate to fall in love with the world of traveling. I think traveling is one of the best teachers. And if nothing else, create a passive leveraged income so you can see the world that we've been gifted to be a part of. Don't watch it through television. Don't watch it through YouTube. Don't watch it through movies. See it with your own eyes. There's something very different about it. But one of the things you know is that in different worlds, in different countries, people speak different languages. And so, you know, I know that if you've flown to Japan and it's hard to communicate with somebody if you don't speak the language. And if I keep talking to somebody in English who speaks Japanese and they don't understand me and I keep trying to talk to them, a lot of times what happens is they'll get frustrated or leave or get disengaged or just ignore me completely. Like this weirdo keeps talking to me and I don't understand what he's saying. So What we're talking about here in language is a little bit different. If different kind of personality types. I don't know if you want to kind of talk about that.
You may wonder why sometimes you see certain leaders in this company or certain people having unbelievable and effective results.
Yep.
And just their communication skills and how they're able to almost navigate in any environment, whether any social economic environment,
For sure.
and going across any particular race, any particular religious affiliation.
Yep.
How can one person be able to communicate in such a variety of human interactions and do it effectively and get what we call compliance, or getting what you want, getting results?
Yep.
And that's because they understand the language of people. They understand how to talk to that one particular person. There's 4 primary personality types that most of us, we're all some of this, and I know there's variations, but there's 4 primary, like the primary colors, Jesse. And we're going to talk about each one of these primary personalities. And so typically one of us is more dominant in one of them.
Yep.
And so when you can determine where their dominant primary color or primary personality is, you can speak to that personality, and it's going to be like music to their ears.
Yeah.
Jesse, oh, he knows me.
Yeah.
And you're going to be saying, there's an old saying, Jesse. It's like, tell people, speak to them where they are.
Yes.
Don't. A lot of us, when we get in business, and
Yep.
I made this mistake, Jesse. I would tell people what I saw with the business.
Yep.
And I tried to get them to see the way I saw it.
Right.
And what I failed to realize was that they're going to see it how they see it. And
Yep.
my job isn't to make them see it the way I see it. It's to help them see it the way they see it.
Yep.
The way that's palatable for them. And that is this language. And this is one of the most important things that's going to guide your ability to help people make a proper decision for their future.
Yep.
And getting involved here with Secrets. So, Jesse, I'd love you to go through the colors here with us. Let's start with the first one.
Let's get started. So our first one is classified as red. Okay. Now, red personality types. These are people that are typically money motivated or very status driven. It might not be just the accumulation of money, having a lot of money, but having money as a bar is saying, look, I've accomplished something, I've gotten somewhere. They're usually pretty significance driven, so they want to make sure, they want to be somebody. These are people that love recognition. Man, they will die for recognition, to be able to cross the stage, get on stage, something like that. So they're competition oriented. So one of the best things with Reds is to challenge them. So write this in your notes, challenge Reds. It's funny because, if I'm with a Red, or it's like a super Red, if Josh is super Red, and I'm saying, hey, listen, I had 10 people at my launch event. I don't know if you could beat me.
Wow, 20.
Yeah, I have to. It's funny. The Reds just perked up, and I wasn't even talking to you. So these people typically walk fast, talk fast. These are kind of the show me the money.
Hey, real quick, this is funny. You talk about love recognition. These guys always say it's not about the recognition. I don't care about that.
I don't really care.
As soon as you hear someone say that, for sure, it's about the recognition. 100%.
For sure. So because they bring it up, because the other people, it's not even in their realm, that they're not thinking about it. So your Richard Bransons, your Donald Trumps, right? These are people that
for
are
sure super red.
For super red, right? So
here's the thing. If they have money, they will show it.
Yep.
They will show that they have money in the car that they drive,
Yep.
the watch that they wear.
For sure.
It's going to be flashy. So we're going to give you tells of how to recognize them. And if they don't have money, they will still wear stuff that looks like they have money.
For sure.
Whether it'll be the Folex or the gold watch that was like $5.
Yeah.
But it's so important to them that they feel like they're successful. So, and it's nothing wrong, and I'm not trying to knock that, so please don't hear that the wrong way.
No.
It's just the personality, and for you to be able to identify it so you can speak their
language. Yeah. So a couple of things here about Reds that I would just be paying attention to. So you got to understand that we live in a judgmental society. Is it right? No. Do people do it?
Yes.
Yeah. And so this is one of the reasons why we tell people to dress sharp, is to dress appropriately, because you will be judged very much so by this group of people. And a lot of times, these are going to be some of your fastest builders. They're also going to be a lot of times some of your biggest recruiters. Right? Now, they might not be the biggest in leadership unless they start to develop their other colors, because if it's all about them, sometimes it's going to have a challenge. They'll blow people out. However, a lot of times these are the people that will bring a lot of people into your business. Now, what I'm letting you know is this: they're going to look you up and size you up. I'm telling you, a Red is going to look you up. They're going to know what kind of watch you have. Ladies that are Red, they're going to know if your shoes are designer or not. They're going to know how much your bag is. They're going to know how much the clothing you're wearing is. They know what your car, they know all these things, okay? And so because they're looking for it. Now, what the mistake...
I want to say just one thing on this, because when I was first looking at this and wanting to recruit Reds, I wanted to try to buy expensive stuff. Guys, it's not necessarily that. A Red is going to look at you and see how well you're put together.
Yes.
Is hygiene important to you? Do you dress sharp? It doesn't need to be expensive, because if your attitude's there and you're presenting yourself well, a Red will buy into that.
Yep.
Just so you know.
Yeah. These people, what they're looking for is they're looking for posture.
Yes.
Okay? These people are looking for somebody that's going to have some confidence, that's getting rid of the wishbone and getting their backbone up and saying, look, hey, yeah, this is what we're doing. That's attractive to a Red when they're getting started. One of the mistakes that a lot of people make with Reds is they believe that the details of the compensation plan is what actually sells them. But that's actually a different personality type. It's not the details. It's not the show me the money in terms of like the details. Right. It's the show me the money and show me the people that are winning. These are the people, when I'm talking to them, a lot of times I'm telling the stories of the people that they believe they're better than, that are making more money than them.
Bingo.
So those are the people you want to get them around, because they're like, this guy's making, I'm going to kill this thing. So those are the kind of your Reds, all right? So good?
Yeah, good. Good Reds.
Let's move on. Next color.
Wait, let's go back to Red for a second. Here's what's going to turn off a Red. If you are one of the other personality types and you're talking about any of these other things, that's going to turn these people off. Just so you know, make sure when you're talking this language, you're talking in these terms to the Red. And it's going to make more sense when we go to the yellow, because if the yellow, the next one we just go to, let's go to that one. If you talk the Red language to these people are gone.
Yep, for sure. So let's share with you a little bit about the yellows here. Yellows, these people are typically more cause motivated. They tend to be more on the religious side. Not always, okay, but they tend to be more in faith and spirituality. Yoga, the retreats, things like that. And they're usually a little bit more connected on that capacity. These people live to serve others. They're contribution oriented. They are in the PTA. They're donating their time. They are,
like Greenpeace.
Greenpeace, community service work, right? They love charities, fundraisers, things like that. If it's making a difference for other people, they're in. They're motivated by that. These are people that are usually very family oriented. Not that Reds aren't, but these people will typically sacrifice so much for their families and put themselves a lot of times last on the totem pole when it comes to these things. All right. Does this help people? These are your Mother Teresa's, your Gandhis of the world, right? And so some people think, oh, a Red is a leader because they're strong and they're aggressive or whatever it is. And what most people don't realize is that you can be as powerful, if not even more powerful, in your power if you are strong in your yellow, like these people that stood for what they believed in. Because here's the thing, is that these people might not be here today, but their ideas are bulletproof. They'll live forever. And so what happens through this is that if you look at this group of people, I'm telling you, these will be probably your longest builders.
Yes, and statistically that's accurate.
Yes.
Most people in our profession are yellow.
Yep.
And one other color, which we'll go to in a moment. But this is a big chunk, and they typically don't do a lot of the business driving. Like, they aren't going to put big numbers on the board most of the time, but they'll typically always lead you to those that do.
Yeah.
So as a collective, this is where the majority of your volume is.
Yeah, and they'll be consistent. They'll consistently show up, okay? So one of the things that I'm talking to people about in the yellow category here is I'm sharing with them about the community that Secret has. I'm sharing with the Secret story video about Isaac and his family and the community that came together that built this, and the Friday night dinners and breaking bread and getting together, and the contribution side of what Secret has. I'm talking about the results that the products are having on people and how much it's helping people with their skin or challenges that they're experiencing. And now we're going to go into helping people with not just their skin, but in their health and their mentality. And these are the things that I'm communicating with these people about.
And even in the stories that you're telling, because you can say the same story 4 or 5 different ways.
Yep.
So, for example, in this scenario, I could tell a Red story about Tracy Zimmer being able to make $100,000 part-time her first year.
Yep.
That's going to be attractive to a Red. I can say that same story. Tracy Zimmer and her husband Shane, two girls. She was teaching high school math. She was able to start this business part-time, and because of that, she's able to spend so much more time with her family and travel the world and give so much back to her community because of Secret.
Absolutely.
See, that's the same story, just said differently to the language pattern of the different individuals.
Exactly. So now if I'm speaking to a yellow, and I'm red, what people tend to do is they speak to people in their predominant color. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of you guys are like, well, I'm money motivated or I'm status driven, but I'm also very family oriented. Look, you're not one color. Right. You're all colors. you just typically have a predominant one in business or in your decision making that's a motivator for you. Right. And so if I'm talking to a yellow and I'm a strong red, and I typically will talk to people in my dominant language. So if I'm talking to a yellow and I'm just like, listen, let me show you all the money you can make and how you can set yourself up for financial independence and freedom, and a yellow is thinking, man,
what an arrogant guy.
Exactly.
Like, ooh, it's almost gross to yell. Even if they're kind of attracted to it, their predominant part will be like, it'll be repelled by it, and even if they want to do it, they won't.
Yep.
Simply because of the message.
Yes. Okay. So in
the
same
messenger
thing.
in this situation.
Now, if I'm a yellow and I'm speaking to a very strong red, and I'm saying, listen, our community, and we're helping so many people, and we're making a contribution, and we're giving back, and you should see what these products, and the red is going.
Well, that's fantastic. Can we make money?
Yeah. So,
what's the bottom line?
Yeah, exactly. That's a red. Some of them, you're not gonna. It's not that you're not gonna connect with them. You will repel them by not speaking their
language.
Okay. So
this is good stuff. This is good. I'm excited about this.
So yellows.
Once you learn this stuff, it's going to be unfair how well you're able to talk with people. Once you find their tells, okay, this is yellow, this is more red, and then you know how to speak to them. Man, your results are going to go up. I'm excited for you.
I know, because I remember being new, Josh, and it was so funny because I would bring people to events and I would talk with them, and they just, for whatever reason, I couldn't connect with them, or they wouldn't want to get started or whatever, and then I would introduce them to a leader that understood these concepts, that understood how to connect with my friend or connect with my prospect that came out. And it was like I was talking, and they're like, no, and then I'd bring it to someone else and be like, hey, and then they would talk to him, and it was like a Jedi mind trick, you know?
Yeah.
They'd be like, how about now? And they'd be like, yeah, it makes sense to me. Let's get started. And I'd be like, what just happened? You know? And I'm serious. I was like, because I really didn't understand until I got these principles and concepts that was one of the things that was hindering me from increasing my ratio.
You know what's awesome is once you get this information down, I love watching you present to people because I've watched Jesse present I don't know how many times. Dozens and dozens of times, and it's interesting because I've seen his presentation. It's amazing, and then his big presentation that you see, he covers all the personality types. Now you're going to start to pick up on what he's doing, why he's doing, what he's doing. It's all on purpose, but when he's doing one-on-one sit-downs, it's amazing to watch him augment his particular presentation to that person, matching and mirroring them perfectly. So this is good stuff.
I learned it from you, so thank you. Okay. Let's continue on. Okay.
The next one's fun. I like this one.
Well, the next one is fun because it's blues. So, do you want to start on this one?
All right, the blues. A blue personality is like the life of the party.
Yeah.
Your blues are the ones that they're going to show up if it's fun. Anything that has anything to do with fun, they're there. Now, these people tend to be late. They tend to be pretty messy because they're kind of all over the place.
Yes.
They also like flashy clothes, but not so much the same way the Reds do. The Reds are going to be more proper. Think of a suit or everything's in its place, whereas a blue's going to be kind of flashy in terms of like bright colors, paisley craziness, weird hats.
If it's cool and outrageous or whatever it is, it's not about the amount that it costs. That's totally irrelevant. It's how cool is it, or how cool does it look, right?
Exactly.
Where's the party? These are your Jim Carreys, your Robin Williams. These are the people that are out there that are saying, look, where's life? These people are typically social butterflies. They usually know a ton of people. Now, just to let you guys know, these are one of the ones that are the best gatherers.
Yes.
They're the best gatherers. But they're the worst closers.
They're the worst closers. They typically don't stay around too long because they're flighty.
Yeah.
But if you can get into a blue network, it's like a gold mine.
Yes.
So these are the people that you want to learn how to, you connect with them, bring them into the party, they get to the height of their enthusiasm, and they'll open their world to you.
Yes.
And this right here, if you can learn how to talk this language, this is where I think probably both of us have made the majority of our money is working with blues. Because blues are like a firecracker.
Yeah.
They come in and blow up, and as long as you're there to pick everything up, you're good.
This is very true. So, now don't get me wrong, it's not that a lot of these people don't stick around, but typically if people don't learn how to understand the other personality types, so as they grow up, as they mature in our business, and mature from being an amateur to becoming a professional, as you guys are doing here on a weekly basis, this is one of those things that I want you guys to get about blues, okay? So blues, if you promote other causes, you promote the money to them, it's like, so especially if you're going over facts or details with them, they're literally looking around for what's more interesting than you.
Yeah, they're probably already on their phone.
Yeah.
Or they're thinking about like the party that they're going to go to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or tonight.
Yeah.
in an hour.
Yeah, whatever it is, okay? So these people, the way to connect a lot of times with your blues is I like talking about the lifestyle, the trips, okay? I love showing the little video clips and the short thing, our convention video clips, you know, blues love just move transitions, you know?
Blue on the next Wednesday webinar when we're in Bahamas
Yeah.
live. They're going to love that.
Yeah. You could see Josh has quite a bit of blue in him because on the slide where it said phone zone, where it started moving, he got really excited.
I did.
I know. So you have to talk to him in that capacity, right? So when the blues, these people are, I'm telling you, promoting the socials, promoting the, getting together, meeting new people.
That just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
This is one that, in your marketplace, if you're not doing an event after the event,
oh gosh,
then you're missing out on a lot of the blues that you could potentially be getting. So if you're doing a weekly overview, wherever you're doing it, do an event right afterwards. Jesse and I found a great place called Switch.
Yeah.
It's right down the street from the corporate office where every Thursday we do an overview.
Yep.
Right afterwards, we take people there where we hang out, we break bread, we have fun, right? And so what I'll do is I'll invite people to Thursday, and if for whatever reason they can't make it, I'll say, dude, come afterwards. Meet us afterwards at least. Where a bunch of us are getting together, we're going to be having some fun. We're going to be eating and drinking and having a good time. And the blues, like, sure. They'll show up to the after party, and then they'll get so enthralled with meeting everybody, they'll show up the following week to the overview. I can't tell you how many times I've been able to get guests at my events by just getting into an after event.
Do you want to tell them tomorrow night what we're doing on the Secret Showcase? So,
is that the live?
Yep. So
live okay.
we're going to go live.
Oh my goodness, I forgot. Okay, so not only do we have now tomorrow's also the Facebook Live
From the company.
Talking about from the company. That's
At
5 Pacific Standard, 8 Eastern. Well, at 7 Pacific Standard, 10 Eastern. I know it's a little late for you East Coasters, but it'll be worth it. We're going to do a live presentation, and this man, in my opinion, for sure, without any question, is one of the best presenters, and certainly the best presenter here in Secret of communicating why someone would want to get involved with this company at this moment in time, and it does it in such an amazing way. You're going to learn a tremendous amount just watching his presentation. So even if you don't have guests, get on it so you can watch it. A lot of these colors you're going to see come to life during this presentation, but we're going to go Facebook Live from Basic Agent Training Facebook page. Again, Facebook.com/Basic Agent Training. Just go to our page. We're going to broadcast live. Like it, share it, love it, comment, whatever. But be there on the live broadcast. Then what we're going to do is we should probably do some little. We'll do a little clip, a little live clip from the after event to kind of show you what we do there.
That's a really good idea. So these are our blues. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night on Facebook Live. Get your guests on. They're going to get started. Now, our last personality type here of these 4 is our greens. Okay? These people are typically motivated by facts and details, which some of you that are not greens at all go, seriously? So I'm telling you right now, if you're not a green, now greens are like, greens get really excited about label makers, organizing things. Like greens will actually read the back of the agent agreement. Reds don't even know there is a back to the agent agreement. So I'm just letting you know.
Neither do blues.
Blues for sure no. Woo, out the window, right? So these people tend to take the longest time to make a decision, but they are the least likely to change it. And so once they make a decision, they're in. They are here.
So this is why this is the next biggest group.
Yep.
You got yellows and greens are your predominantly the largest group in our profession, period.
Yep.
So just understand this is where your volume's going to come from. And for me, I'm the anti-green. Okay, like my blue, my yellow, my red, and what's cool, Jesse, is we're going to be doing the test at the reunion.
Yes.
So you're all going to get a chance to get a test to learn where your personality is, and then we're going to really go in depth. We don't have time. This is actually a full weekend training.
Yes.
So we don't have a lot of time to go into all the details. But at the reunion, you're going to get a crash course and get your own test.
Yes.
So when I tested, just my red, my yellow, my green, or my red, my yellow, my blue are almost the same.
Huh.
And it depends. Sometimes one's higher than the other. But my green is virtually non-existent. And so typically,
it's so funny. It's so true.
I know you
I
can
know.
tell. I'm the most disorganized human being on God's earth. But when you're dealing with someone who is a green and you're not one, it can be the most frustrating thing on the planet. And the tendency is to go, okay, forget it. You're just not interested.
Yeah.
And it's not that they're not interested. They really do want to know the facts. And so it's important to be patient. And my recommendation is find another green within the support system and connect them.
Yes.
And they can green out on each other.
That's it. Just, go green. Like, that's the whole deal. So with greens, one of the things is this: you got to understand they tend to be a little bit more reserved, kind of pocket protector, engineers, this kind of scientist mentality. These are the people, I'm telling you, they'll be your longest and most consistent people inside of your business. How does everything work? They want to know the fact, the details. They'll read. These are people that will read everything that comes in their kit. They'll go through all that information. So these people kind of overload them with details. Give them the stuff that they need. These people, they're always on time. If you're late with a green, you'll probably lose them.
Right.
I'm just letting you know right now. They always wear a watch, but it's usually very pragmatic. It's not very flashy. It's always set on time or even a little bit before, right? Reds are always wearing a watch too, but it's not even typically set to the right time, because they're wearing it for the status.
They want jewelry.
Yeah, they want it's the jewelry, right, on it. So, but with the greens, these are people that you want to make sure and connect them. Typically, one of the challenges I know that Josh, you kind of talk about with greens that are building our business. One of the challenges in communicating with the rest of the colors.
Right. So the challenge with the green is, and guys, you guys are some of the smartest people there are.
For sure.
Honestly, smart. You get it, and you can be some of the strongest leaders if you understand that the other three color groups don't necessarily care about the facts.
No.
And the challenge, a pitfall for a green is they're always trying to shove the facts down everyone else's throat. Like, well, and let me tell you about the details. They have like this big fact axe. You think of like this big axe and it has facts written on it, and they're trying to chop people up with all the facts. And they don't care.
They don't.
So, I know you care. And what's crazy about the green is they're like, why don't you care?
Why don't you care?
You should care
Why
about
don't you
this.
care what this is? Yeah.
And so just learn to relax.
Yeah.
And if you're green, just go, okay, where are they? Speak their language, and the fire in your eyes about knowing that you have the facts,
Yes.
knowing that you have the truth, that you really do have the best way for them to achieve the success they're looking for. Let that be enough coming out of your eyes. Let that be enough coming out of the texture of your voice. That's the confidence that you need. Just don't go, facting crazy. No, don't go, don't go crazy on it. But if you find another green, this way you can just green out.
Just go green.
Go green.
Yeah, just go super green. Like, go Hulk green, just like on them, and just
you guys
go
are
nuts.
like Wonder Ring Unite.
Yes. So the Green Lantern, whatever. There's too many green analogies. So have fun with it. So greens, do this. Smile. Sometimes you guys forget. You're very serious, all right? So have some fun with it, all right? Now, as the thing is, one of the things we're going to talk about here is, last week we talked a little bit about edification. Well, we didn't talk a little bit, a lot, and how important that is. And so if I'm speaking with Josh, who is a very big red, and I'm putting him on the phone with one of my experts, okay, which can be anybody but me, it doesn't have to be a top leader or whatever it is, what happens is that if I call them and we know this language, this common color language, I can say, hey, I'd love to introduce you to my friend Josh. He's very red, or he's very yellow, or she's very green, or whatever it is. And all of us, as an expert, we can immediately identify and connect with that person and speak their language, okay? So we can tailor our story around that language, okay? Which is really important. And when you're edifying in groups, let's say you're in a wow party, there's 5, 6 people, whatever it is, or you're doing a presentation, there's all these colors are in your presentation. So you don't want to have your presentation just predominantly one color, you want to hit them all. And so when you're sharing this information, that way you can connect with everybody that's here in the room. So these are important things. Now, I think we should have some fun.
Well, I know. But okay, before we do that, last week we heard Jesse talk about edification and edifying in these. These said there's 4 things.
Yeah.
When you edify, and you talked about, right, this person is, it's very successful. You could say they're successful. They hit the top rank. They're making a lot of money, but they're down to earth. They have a lot of fun. They're just a blast to be around.
Yes.
But what's really important is they help people.
Yep.
They are the kind of person that, they will do whatever. They'll give the shirt off their back because they really care about the community and care about who they're around, and they know all the facts. They understand this business inside and out. They understand the inner workings of how this business works. This is why I want to put you on the phone with them.
Yeah, and greens, this is the thing. A lot of times reds will say like, oh, this person knows 110% of the facts. And like, don't say that, because I'm telling you, greens get aggravated because there's no such thing as 110% of the facts. It's an inaccurate fact. So greens hate over-exaggeration. Reds are typically massive exaggerators, right? And so one of those things, just be cognizant and careful of that when you're doing your presentations.
So let's have some fun. I want you to pretend you're a prospect right now, and Jesse's going to be presenting to you.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to throw out a color.
Okay.
And just start speaking that language.
Perfect. Let's
start with Red.
Red. So listen, the money that's here is absolutely incredible. I'm telling you, I've seen so many people earn a six-figure income here with Secret. It's crazy. But you can be recognized on stage in front of thousands of people.
Yellow.
And so, but the cause that we have here, and I'm telling you, the products and how much they're helping people. Millions of people that are traveling to the Dead Sea, and we get to bring it to them. And the contribution that Secret has in the family dinners and the Shabbat and what we're about of creating this community, but the details, I'm telling you, the scientific facts behind what the Dead Sea has to offer, 26 minerals, 12 of which exclusive to these waters, with over $1 billion in sales over the last handful of years. And we've been growing up and to the right statistically every year, being in the top 100 on the DSA list in just our first couple of years. But the fun that's here is incredible. The trips, we're going to the Bahamas. We just got back from Greece. We were in Cabo, and the nights, literally, we call them wow parties. Like, we get paid to party, people. Like, we get to come together and have a great time. The social, you're going to meet people from all over the world that you've never met before, and people in different languages. And when you see the videos, I'm telling you, this thing's a great
Yeah! I got to give him a round of applause. That is awesome. Hey, guys, check this out. Notice the tempo and the voice change, the excitement, the posture, the body language even shifted as he was talking to the different color groups. So this is something you're going to want to learn. Now, the best way to learn it is watching dynamic presenters, and it just so happens we've got an incredible event lined up tomorrow night.
Yep.
Here in Phoenix, we do an event, Jesse and I, every single week. We do an event at the corporate office at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
6:30 registration.
6:30 registration and 10 Eastern. But we have the Facebook Live event at 5 Pacific. So you want to be on there anyway. But then go over to basicagenttraining.com at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, because you're going to be able to see Jesse McPherson do a live presentation. And you're going to see how all these colors come into play. So even if you don't have guests, I obviously encourage you to get as many guests as you can to watch this, because the more guests you have, the more likelihood you're going to have people enroll and get excited about Secret. But you're going to be able to see this color training come to life in the presentation. And it's going to be crazy because it's going to be like seeing a magic trick, for the first time. Like, that's amazing. But then when you know how the trick is performed, you can see it.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen tomorrow night. So be on Basic Agent Training's Facebook page, facebook.com/basicagenttraining tomorrow night to see a live presentation. And we're also going to do some of the after event.
Yes.
So
Yes. After event. Now, just so you guys know, this is just a small bit of the information. We're going to do the extensive colors training at our Secret Family Reunion in February, and we're going to be doing the test, which I'm so excited about. So this is a full-blown questionnaire where you're going to go through a whole series of questions to determine what your personality types are, your predominant one, your 2, your 3, your 4, what order you're in, what significant the spread is on them. We're going to split up the entire convention into the 4 different colors.
So you know who they
and
are.
you're going to find all the greens, and you guys are going to green out. So, all the reds are going to be like, yeah, we're the best. And all the yellows are like, why are they all competing?
The blues are just going to be partying. They wouldn't even recognize
the blues won't even be paying attention, so they're going to be super excited. But I'm telling you, you are going to love this. When you get a chance to learn to connect and get through, and it makes the business fun.
Okay, this is the one thing that I know changed both of our careers.
For sure.
I watched you when you started to really learn this stuff and started to develop how your business exploded because you really understood how to communicate to people in their language.
Yeah.
Same for me. This one particular program, this one particular skill set revolutionized my business. And I believe it's worth not only the cost of the weekend, but 10x the cost of this weekend. So you got to be there.
Yeah, and so there's you guys have heard of the golden rule? The golden rule is treat people the way that you want to be treated. Right. But there's a diamond rule.
Really?
Did you know that? So the diamond rule, just so you guys know, is treat people the way they want to be treated. Okay? So because the way that you want to be treated and the way that you want to be talked to may not be the way that they want to be talked to, where they can actually get the information. Okay? Right. So at this event, you're going to learn it's worth a weekend alone just for that. But our first Basic Agent Training webinar coming back from our event in Limitless, we talked about being a Core 4 agent. Are you a Core 4 agent? This is what you do every day. Remember, if you're not doing this, you're really like a Costco agent. You're like a glorified customer. So this is every day. Use your products every day. Expose 2 new people every day. 15 minutes of personal development every day. And connect with the community every day. These are your rituals. These are your habits that form a successful career here with Secret, that build the momentum in order to get the results that you're looking for. Because remember, most people overestimate, Josh, what they can do in a year, but drastically underestimate what they can do in 5 to 10. And so what I want you guys to understand about this is that how you win your year is you win your month. How you win your month is you win your week. How you win your week is you win your day. And when you win your days consecutively, you have a successful life. And these are very simple things, a few minutes a day, to make sure that you are winning your days. Now, lastly, our missions for the week. Reserve your ticket for the secret reunion if you haven't done so already. Second, book your hotel room. I know we got like 6 left. I know those are going to be probably gone today. We're going to negotiate for more.
But put your name on the list, guys. If they're sold out, the hotel staff may not know. Just say, hey, look, please put my name on the list and give it to the person in charge of the event over at the hotel. They'll give that list to us, and we'll be able to negotiate on your behalf, okay?
Attend or host a phone zone this week. Give your gift to yourself and to your organization of having a weekly phone zone, once a week, 1 hour minimum, that you have set up for making phone calls, for making follow-ups, because fortune is in the follow-up. And number 4, promote the Secret Facebook Live event tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific on facebook.com/Secret Direct, Secret's official page. And then at 7 p.m., we're going to be doing the live Secret Showcase on the presentation, on the overview, where you can get a chance to bring guests, learn, all right? And you're going to see a lot of these stuff being implemented as strategies. And what's happening is that once you kind of know this stuff, you're going to start watching, you'll be like, I get that. Okay. So you're going to see all these things. Now, next week, Josh.
Next week. Guys, this is where all of this skill set that you're learning this week is going to come into play with specific questions that we ask individuals to help understand where they are. Okay? Questions are the answers. Now, Jesse, you say this all the time. You talk about how smart people have answers, but geniuses ask questions. So, and I love how you say that because it's so true. And these are the questions that you're going to want to ask. We're going to teach you in detail the specific questions that are going to help you understand where someone's at, understand the picture, the frame that they look at is what success is to them, and help you shape Secret, which is our vehicle for success, so that they can see, or really they can see how Secret can help them get what they want.
For sure. So I'm telling you, when I learned how to take edification, learning my story, which we talked about last week, when I learned the colors, and I learned the real true meaning of form and how to do it correctly, and I learned how to master questions, I can't tell me how many people went from not interested by one single question to being open to taking a look. Just one single question. And that moved things. And we're going to talk about those questions and just load you up with ammunition, for you to go out there to build your business. And then closing. How do you close? This is one of the things I know people are just afraid of. And I'm telling you, once you get this, it's simple. So we're going to teach you these things next week. You want to make sure you're on. We're also going to be doing live footage from the Bahamas. So we're on our agent destination, and some of you guys are angry. I want you to be angry. Be pissed. I don't want you to miss another one ever again. So work right now. Create momentum into the next promotion, the next trips that are coming up. I'm telling you, are going to be even bigger and badder. And so we want to make sure that you're there. Next Wednesday, we'll see you guys on the Facebook Live tomorrow. We'll see you on the Secret Showcase. See you on the Phone Zone. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. This is week 1 of our 4-week run into Black Friday madness. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. God bless.
Love you guys.
Bye.